Here's Brooke.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Nick. Hello. We're Brooke and Nick today. Hello. Hi. How you doing in my room?
Doing great. Good place to be.
It is. Cozy. That was the Tutors. We love the Tutors. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone out there.
Yay.
Happy Valentine's Day, Nick.
Happy Valentine's Day, Brooke. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. We're so glad that you joined us. We're going to have some fun today. What do we got going on today, Brooke?
Well, we're going to do a worldwide edition of SWAT Set Swap.
What's that?
Well, they said that we can't touch and we can't kiss and we can't 69 anymore. So we're just gonna get deeper. We're gonna go deep, real deep, and like actually get into each other's minds. Yeah, get to know each other better, virtually, and do each other's sets. I'm gonna get to do you later. You're gonna do me.
That sounds like that'll be fun.
I think it will be. I don't know what happened. I feel like it just got really warm in here.
Thank you.
Oh, the hormones. The hormones. Why is it called that? Hormones? I don't know. They could have called it something like man screams. I don't know. Yeah, so that's gonna be it. We're gonna do that. Do you want to introduce our first duo that I get to watch?
Well, our first duo, we're gonna have Ira Claiborne doing the comic stylings of Ian Ryland Smith.
Oh, neat.
Ira,
Woo.
show us what you got.
Ira and Ian. Wow, so cool.
Wow. I used to love meditation until my yoga teacher said I had to let go of my thoughts. Those bitches are everything to me, man. All right. Now, they told me I need to clean up my set in case I run for office someday. I mean, imagine, all I talked about was homosexuality and Jesus and Bitcoin. I mean, on paper, it doesn't sound all that bad, but my opponents would look it up to see if I said anything out of the ordinary, They spend hours combing backline footage. Here's what they'd find. When they found it, someone would say, "Oh boy, we found it, we finally found it." She sure does say the F word a lot, and we're not talking about funding. I mean, she did want to pay the teachers more, but that was a plebeian demand. Imagine the attack ad that they would put against me. Ira Claiborne says she's all for equal pay, but did you know she wants equal play too? She wants to topple Wall Street, reallocate funding for the police, and she says both F words. This November, let's give Ira 2 Fs on her report card. I'm Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I approve this message. Okay, so do you guys think Jesus got a lot of puss? Ian thinks he did. I mean, I get it. He says it was easy for Jesus to pick up chicks because, he was the white guy in the Middle East, which is funny, except he wasn't white. I have a better reason. It was actually easy for Jesus to pick up chicks because he could turn water into wine. What woman wouldn't love that? And he can make one fish last for days, which means he kept food on the table. I mean, he's more than a breadwinner, he's a bread maker. What woman would love that? I heard he was well hung, at least in the end. Okay, I don't know if he was well hung or not, but I did hear that he could last for 3 days. He is risen, feel me? All right, so why does everyone go to Jesus for haircuts?
Why?
He's our Lord and Savior.
Oh my God.
One joke. How come Kim Jong-un is in charge of North Korea? Because he's the supreme leader, okay. How come Kim Jong-un has his own brand of tampons? Because he's the supreme leader. What's Kim Jong-un's favorite tree? The supreme cedar. How come Kim Jong-un's cats are so fat? Because he's the supreme feeder. How come Kim Jong-un always wins at Monopoly? Because he doesn't believe in capitalism. He's the supreme cheater. How come Kim Jong-un has so much meat on his bones? Because he's the supreme eater, okay? How come Kim Jong-un got a new Bugatti? Because he's the supreme speeder in a supreme two-seater. And how come Kim Jong-un bought stock in Hooked on Phonics? Because he's the supreme reader. What's Kim Jong-un's favorite measurement of distance? The supreme meter. What's Kim Jong-un's favorite measurement of distance? No, I said that. His favorite weapon in Halo, any nerds? The supreme needler. Okay, I don't have time for all this shit. Breeder, weeder, greeter, tweeter, yeeter, neater, defeater, sweeter, need her, cleaver. Okay. Here's my impression of Joe Biden. Oh, my hand hurts. Gotta end with a little bit. You know, I love auditioning for things. So I did audition for American Idol. I had to read it really quick. Here's my first one. No, there's not one, man. Then I thought, there's the better you remind me. That I once knew. I look at you, wanna believe all of the things. I'm Ira Claiborne Smith, and that's been all for me.
Woo! Wow! Oh wow! What did you think of that?
That was amazing. That was fantastic. It's almost like we found two people that would never be in the same room together, and if there was any other options, and said, "Hey, hang out." See what we come up with.
Well, we're gonna come back to you two in a little bit. We're gonna have a couple other people come do each other. We'll give you a break. That was a lot to take in. One more round of applause for Ira doing Ian. I think that was a big treat for Ian. Do you think he enjoyed that? That was so fun. Who do we have next?
Coming up now is Cody doing AJ Capuccio.
Did we message
Cody,
him? Is he here?
Is Cody here yet? All right, well.
Okay, so we'll do the next.
The next is Ian doing Ira. Right back at it. His rebuttal.
Okay. You asked for it, people. You asked for it.
Take it
So
away.
now we're going to bring back Ian and Ira.
Hey, everybody.
Except they're going to flip-flop. We're going to
How's
watch
it going?
Ian be Ira.
I'm going
Okay,
now,
yeah,
right?
we're
Yeah.
good now.
How's it going, everybody? Woo. Yeah, I work on my hair. I haven't been into the salon lately. I found out the hard way that my stylist is straight. Can't go back there anymore. She just said she liked hairy legs, and I was like, never mind all that. Yeah, never mind all that. We're gonna talk about my mom real quick. She was a sex ed teacher down here in Georgia, and if any of you know anything about Georgia, it's that we don't have sex ed, so we had to outsource that shit to my mom. And, you know, we were talking about sex things, you know, like you do in sex ed. And I was like, hey, what if a girl wants to have sex with a girl? And she said, do you want to eat pussy for the rest of your life? And I was like, sure. Why not? You know, I'm aggressively lesbian. Very lesbian, yes. But you know,
Oh my God.
you know, sometimes, you know, living in small town Georgia, I had to deviate for dick sometimes. You know, and sometimes I see a man with huge tits and I'm just like, hold on a second. Oh, wow. He's doing well for himself. Why deviate for that dick? Oh, so I went to an all-girls college because I'm a lesbian. And I did some things that I probably shouldn't have done. Yeah, everybody was calling me slap ass. I had a worse joke for that, but I figured that's probably not. It's too extreme, probably. I was doing a lot of the, you know, getting the towel, rolling up and going, "Ka-doo!" Yeah, I was very popular at the women's college, especially among my professors. They loved it when I did that shit. They were giving me A's and such. It was all sorts of fun. The girls' college. Learned the true importance of hard, saggy titties and hairy legs. At this girls' college, they tried to teach me about this thing called Occam's razor. And I was like, you ain't gonna get that laser near my hairy legs, that's for damn sure. Get that shit away from me. But yeah, I went to the girls' college and now I teach. And some of these kids, well, these fucking kids, let me tell you. I'm trying to think of a story in like less than a minute. These fucking kids, let me tell you. One time, this kid, she was like, hey, Miss Riley Aborn. Oh, how come you don't have a boyfriend? And I just said, well, I haven't found a man with big enough titties. All right, that's all I got.
Wow. The aggressive lesbian. The aggressive white boy. Yes! Oh my gosh. That was fun.
That was amazing.
I don't know who did who better.
I'm speechless.
I think they both did
no words.
each other
That was
very,
great.
very, very well. I think they are both leaving satisfied from that interaction.
So
I think even if they went back and watched it over and over again, they'd still feel that good about it. You know? You know?
They both seem very pleased, mostly with themselves, but with each other too.
Wow.
Oh, let's clap one more time for Ira and Ian. Oh, you can find them all over the place. They do so many things. I think Ian does a Shark Tank mic, and he also made a comedy meme war page on Facebook. And then Ira's doing a show in a little bit with Lucy internationally. So you have to follow them both, viewers, if you don't already. Who we got next?
Coming up now, he just joined us from Portland, Oregon, Cody Webb. doing the comedy of AJ Capuccio. Cody?
Yeah.
So I suffered a personal loss in 2020. Look closely. That's right. I fell off my bike in August and had a date with gravel. On the bright side, more room for cock. I was drilled by a tall, dark, handsome man. He was my oral surgeon. The whole ordeal is the embarrassment is amplified by how the whole oral ordeal unfolded. I wasn't even on a. I wasn't. Wait, what? At least I was on a mountain bike. Like, you know, fat tires, no kickstand, streamers on the handlebars. Like, the insurance wouldn't have covered it if I was on a Huffy. Well, I wasn't doing any cool tricks. I was trying to turn on my headphones while coasting at a moderate pace. Because I will be goddamned if I go a minute without listening to a podcast. And I was. Pod may save America, but at what cost? Yeah, I will be going in to get a bridge implant as soon as I book an appointment with the dental civil engineer. But the important thing is I will be normal looking by the time I get the vaccine. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now you have your cootie shot. I even planted a tracking device. Yeah, soon we'll go back to our normal mass gathering, sweaty, breathy activities. We gays love our mass gatherings. Especially that guy who went to the Fire Islands with a pending COVID test. Yeah, he's not invited to our post-inoculation suck and fuck. But soon, we will be sucking and fucking all over the world. I did go to Gay Pride in Boston, which was just a mess of rainbow-washed advertisements. Because nothing is more prideful than being sold to. Amazon even had a float. It's good to know that they treat their LGBT employees just as poorly as everybody else. They do let their transgender employees treat themselves as identify themselves as whatever wherever on the gender spectrum they feel most comfortable, as long as they don't identify as a union worker. But who needs Amazon, okay? I have Wish. They bring the Malaysian warehouse to you. They have enough crack pipes and penis-shaped lipsticks to outwit every prostitute in the world 2 times over. But be careful what you wish for, okay? Because by the time you receive your package, you'll go, oh, there's that phone case I ordered that doubles as a sex toy 127 days ago. Well, call me. It'll be on vibrate. That's my time. I'm AJ Code Puccio.
Yeah.
AJ's reactions like are priceless. Like I love it. I think the glasses sold it. The glasses in the background, like we're like, yeah, it's okay. Oh, thank you, Cody. Thank you, AJ.
I think that's the most confident I've ever seen Cody, and I wouldn't have described Cody as sheepish before today. Like it.
Send heat to Cody, everyone. Cause that set was pretty hot. That was a hot set. We're gonna let AJ take a little break. We'll come back and watch him do Cody, but first. Kim and Michael hit raise hand. What? Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so who's next?
Coming up now is Kim Nash doing the comedy of Michael James.
Oh,
yeah.
the baby.
Okay, American accent starting now. Hi, everyone. I know, right, fuck off. Anyway, I'm sorry about the fact I'm soaking wet. Fun fact, it rains all the goddamn time ever since Eric Clapton wrote that song about his kid falling to his death. Yeah, Tears in Heaven is a great song, but not so great when it's your daily reality. We don't even call it heaven anymore. No, the kingdom of God is now known as the land of Bowie. Yeah, we renamed it ever since David hopped on his Black Star and joined us a few years ago. Suck on that, Clapton, you racist xenophobe! Anyways, I'd like to share with you how to acquire your own little slice of heaven simply by falling in love with your one true soulmate. I know it sounds like something that people used to think was real in the 1950s, but it can be yours in 2020, easily. Dating is an easy way to find love nowadays. There are tons of dating apps that will match you with your soulmate, just one click away. Here are a couple set apps to help you find that special person to fall in LOVE with. Tinder, Bumble, Hit and Run and Ghost. Dudes looking to fuck in a random alleyway, no questions asked. The best of the best the dating world has to offer is just a swipe away. Looking for that special someone who is a fan of Joe Rogan and Louis C.K.? They're out there. Looking for someone non-binary? They're out there. Looking for someone who is fixated on the number 69 and runs 3 open mics and 7 monthly showcases, runs their own restaurant, and substitute teachers at inner city schools and drinks celery juice on the daily? Whatever your flavor, there is without a doubt someone to fall in love with out there. Hell, Ted Bundy was married twice in jail. He was executed in 1991. But still looking for a charming serial killer with boyish good looks. He's out there on those dating apps, just waiting to find you. And to finish with, looking for someone with at least 3 strands of herpes and some strange white dots around their groin area? Sorry, too bad. Unfortunately, you will find absolutely no one that falls into that category. There's not a single person out there is looking for love right now, or has sexually transmitted diseases. Yep, all clear on the STD front. Certainly not something that is carried by 60% of 18 to 25-year-olds. So you're good. I've been Kim, Michael, James, whatever my fucking name is. I've got Angel written on my tattoo, on my arm. Don't ask why. But bye, y'all.
Oh.
That was Kim Nash. That was amazing. That was crazy. That makes me think that's, well, I don't want to put that on the kid. That's what not too distant future what a little kid might grow up like. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? we're doubling back, and now we've got AJ's response. It's AJ Capuccio doing the comedy of Cody Webb. AJ, take it away.
Woo!
Hello, thank you, Nick. If you brought someone from the 1980s here today, the thing you'd be most confused by wouldn't be COVID or Trump or smartphones. They would be most confused by how the word radical has changed. It's undergone a radical transformation. It's gone from being the worst thing ever. No, excuse me. We've gone from radical bruh to radical extremist in 40 years, and I don't know how that happens. Is my generation slang going to be co-opted by the news? Am I going to turn on CNN in the year 2050 and hear breaking news? A group of on-fleek hackers have brought down the electrical grid in Ecuador. The panic caused a coup and government officials were yeeted out of the building. The international community was quick to condemn the attacks, calling the event Savage AF. The phrase sexual orientation has never made much sense to me. Orientation just means what direction you're facing. That's not relevant to how attraction works. If I asked an old-timey sea captain what his orientation was, he would say, westward. No, you misunderstood. What's your sexual orientation? Bisexual. You see, when you're out on the high seas for months and months with nothing but expired beef jerky, hardtack, and 30 greased up men, you can't exactly be picky. Another meaning of orientation is like freshman orientation. You show up early, they show you around. On that account, sexual orientation is what you get when you show up early to the orgy. Phineas, you're here a bit early. Why don't I show you around? Give you your sexual orientation. Here we have the living room. Here we have the fuck pit. Usually it's the living room, but we've laid down a top. So today it is the fuck pit. We have the bathroom down the hall, the kitchen on the right, and on the dining room table we have all the lube, contraceptives, and toys. Now, I'm almost done installing the sixth swing. I'm gonna go get a screwdriver. I'll be right back. Oh, Phineas, you're gonna have yourself a wheel of a time tonight. That's right. The pirate from earlier was getting the orgy tour. It's a very common comedic trope. You should have seen that coming. The whole point of comedy is to win. I'm winning so hard right now. Listen, don't judge me for being at this orgy. When you're on the high seas for 3 months, you have certain cardinal desires that must be fulfilled. And I want to be dominated by some swashbuckling ladies. I want to be hooked on them in a variety of creative ways. And then I want to get paid because that's way too good of a fun to pass up. Thank you.
Woo! Woo! AJ Capuccio, everyone. That was still somehow the most proud Cody's ever been of himself. I don't know how that happened. Trademark lovely disdain. Thank you so much, you guys. That was fantastic. Moving right along, Brooke will be back with us just as soon as she can. Is it technical difficulties? Maybe. Is it a costume change? Who knows? Is she doing another handstand? Possibly. Who knows? But she'll be back just as soon as she can. Coming up now, a last-minute switch to the lineup. Apparently, the devil himself would like to respond to Kim Nash. The devil himself. Take it away.
Everybody, it's me, Satan. Hello from hell, which actually is in the middle of the earth. We've got a great vinyl collection here in hell. I'm not sure what hell would be without some box sets of the rock band Fish. So, I am the devil, and I'll tell you what, folks, it's been great working with Kim through all this. Great in the sense it's been entertaining and fun, and it's been a good collaboration. Terrible in the sense of actually producing anything close to the idea we came up with. It's been an all-around shit show, and but it's been a blast. The original idea of me being like, hey, let's Natalie Clock, being like, here, let's have a, you like that?
Yeah.
That devil knows a little something about time, y'all. You think God's on top of it? Devil's controlling this shit. Like savings time, what was a heavenly idea? No, it's all me. So the idea of I would be the devil on the shoulder talking about how bad love is. Kim would be the angel on the shoulder. That's what Kim's angelic part was. And it's been a failure though, in the sense of not me writing. Kim has failed me miserably as a part. Like the science projects you did where. At the end you're like, come on, this is due tomorrow. We got to slap some shit together. And your mom's calling the teacher being like, you can't give these kids the same grade. That's kind of where we're at. But from hell, let's do this. So this is the Devil on the Shoulders set of Fear, written by Kim Nash, performed by Michael James, AKA the Devil, and another concept. I haven't been able to get my Snapchat filter off or change my name. Also, I learned on YouTube how to do it 5 days ago. I've had to do this at work. It hasn't been convenient. Again, I can't figure out the devil character. The idea is stuck. This may not make sense as the devil, but it's a fact that statistically, God, it's always, whenever an American does a British accent, like, just kill it. Sorry, Kim. Also, when you're working with a partner, make sure that you're not just assuming that you're writing for a certain gender identifier based on that person's name. Just because you have a coworker named Kim who also spells it the same way, who identifies as female, and you assume and write an entire bit from a female perspective, just be mindful going into it. It's a disaster of a collaboration, but it's been a wonderful time. It's the fact that statistically 11% of you blokes are afraid of 34% of you wankers are terrified of small spaces, and 3% of you loop-de-loos will piss yourself at the sight of a fucking clown. Something we discover at a very young age. Now, when I feel fear, it gets me an erection. My mum used to scare me a lot, which meant I got Kim, meant M-E-N-T, and there's uppercase all over the place. Just the overall grammar and syntax. Again, it's been wonderful, but a symbolic disaster of everything else. But I don't get an erection over kids. This year, just like everyone else in the world, I'll be spending today with my only love, which is shared across nations and lands and mountaintops. Pornhub.com. All right. Top of the morning to you. Good day, mates. I'm Kim Nash. The devil, whatever the fuck this still is. I don't know. Brooke, thank you. Kim, it's been awesome.
Woo!
So long.
The devil himself, also known as Michael James. That was amazing. That was crazy. I don't even know where to begin. This is great. I'm having so much fun. I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am. We're rolling right along. Got a lot of great comics still Coming up right now, Kenneth DeZone doing the comedy of Alicia Rain. I am very excited about this. Kenneth, take it away.
I just quit smoking. And I smoked for so long that my smoking habit has a smoking habit. Like, warning labels on cigarettes annoy me. We get it, cigarettes. You're bad for us. The warning label is like a bad boyfriend who's like, I'm no good for you, baby. I know you're not good for me, but you're smoking hot. You light up my whole world, and I just want you in my mouth right now. But baby, I could fuck up your lungs. Do you want me to blow you or not? Remember when I used to blow you 12 times a day? I know that those cigarette warning labels are red flags. But do you know what else has red flags? Party banners. They also have yellow flags and purple flags. I don't know where I'm going with this. So I'm not Christian anymore, but I know how to play one on TV. Like, I don't know how to feel about religion now. If I had to put my religious status on Facebook, it would be, it's complicated. But I do worship one God, and that's the porcelain God. The porcelain God doesn't judge me when I approach it on 2 a.m. on a Saturday. I got down on my knees, purge all my sins along with half-digested spaghetti and lukewarm beer. And then the porcelain God just flushes all that away. Sometimes the porcelain God splashes some holy water on my face, and I feel baptized. Like, I don't do impressions, but Alicia does impressions. So this is my impression of Alicia doing an impression of a hero, a saint from a little-known country called France. This is my impression of Alicia's impression of Joan of Arc. Bonjour. Yeah, I nailed that. Yeah, that was so good. I dare you not to tell me different. Okay.
Thank you.
Kenneth DeZone, everyone. Thank you very much. That was amazing. For a second, I thought you were For a second there, I thought you were Alicia doing an impression. That was amazing. Thank you so much. This is great. We're all having fun. We're all by ourselves. We can't go out. We can't go to the bar. We can't go to the store. Well, we can go to the store, but who wants to go to the store on Valentine's Day? That's even more depressing than a normal Valentine's Day. Our fearless co-host has come back. Thank you so much, Brooke, for coming back up. We're going to keep it moving right along, though, rolling right along. Up now, this is a real treat to introduce Desiree Walsh doing the comedy of Trish Sullivan. Desiree, take it away.
Hello. I am Trish. So I have spent my entire life in Chicago. So that's why I have the background. I'm not just a comedian. I am also a psychic, and I know there's at least 3 people watching this right now thinking, what the hell is my mother doing up there? Go clean your room. Over the last year, I've noticed that countries that have done the best with COVID have women leaders. Germany was doing really well early on. Iceland also did really well. And New Zealand, they had 2,000 cases and 125 deaths in 1 year. In Illinois, where I live, note the background, it's Chicago, because that's where I live. We had, in 1 day in November, 1,500 new cases and 145 deaths in 1 day. That's a lot. So this led me to conclude that we need more women in leadership roles. So I have volunteered to be the queen of the world. Note the crown. Yeah. First, I would straighten out the vaccine situation. I mean, is it really hard to give people shots? I've also got a few other decrees. My first decree would be that in all supermarkets or produce markets where anywhere avocados are sold, there would be 3 bins. A bin that said ready for today, another bin that said ready in 2 days, and another bin that said ready in 4 days, because with avocados, you never know what you're going to get. They're a little like men that way. They're either too hard, too soft, and there's like this 15-minute window where they are perfect. And if you miss it, you're screwed or not screwed, depending on the age of the man. My second decree would be your diet should be seen and not heard. No one cares what you're eating or not eating. No one knows what keto is, and no one wants to know. I know your diet makes you feel good about yourself, but you know what makes me feel good? Masturbating. So I promise I won't tell you how many times I'm changing the batteries in my vibrator. If you stop talking about your personal relationship with kale. So like I said, I'm older than most of you, maybe all of you. Oh shit, I'm gonna run out of time. Yeah, I'm older than all of you, and yeah, sorry, I'm gonna run out of time.
Don't worry about it. Do what you're prepared. Do what you're prepared. Don't worry about it. Do what you're prepared.
Okay, sure. So I'm mostly older than maybe all of you, but that doesn't mean that getting older is a slow march towards death. It's exciting, like gambling. Say I get a pain in my chest. I think I'm having a heart attack, or maybe it's the 4 push-ups I did yesterday. Yeah, fuckers, I do push-ups. I just roll the dice and don't call 911, because every time I don't call 911, I save $350 on an emergency room copay. And because I've lived in America all my life, I don't find that the least bit concerning. I think it's normal. I've saved $4,000. I used to tell people I was going on a cruise, but I've had to change that because now I'm afraid to go to the laundry room in my building. Thank you. I've been Queen Trish. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Woo! Yeah, that was Trish and Desiree. I don't know why I had technical difficulties, but I got to get into my new room a little sooner than planned. I'm in your room, Nick.
I see that. I like it.
That was fun seeing Trish, dude. Desiree do Trish right then. It's so funny if you know them both. Ooh. Oh, are we going to start our threesome now?
I think it's ready for the start of our threesome. We've got a threesome.
Oh, how
for you.
exciting. Have you ever done a real life threesome, Nick?
We've got a real life threesome for you guys today, boys and girls.
No, I'm asking you a question.
Right, I did not. Coming up next, I've done all sorts of things. We'll just say that. The start of our threesome coming up. Alex Hackett doing the comedy stylings of Casey Portillo. I guess that makes it. So
Casey Portillo-Soto. Everybody, I'm Alex Hackett. Where did everybody go? Okay, there. Who likes to do online shopping? I know I do. I'm totally about it. A few weeks ago, I was trying to get a nice dress, a cute little dress. I thought, oh, this would look good on me. I click on it, and then I'm like, oh wait, it's a maternity dress. Fuck. You know why? Targeted ads. So no longer am I going to have all those cute single woman ads that, on my Instagram and Facebook and TikTok or whatever, Instead, I'm going to have instead I started seeing like the fucking Gerber baby in ads on Instagram. Like, no, I don't want that. No. So I was like, okay, well, I do like sushi, so I'm gonna just get a bunch of sushi on Grubhub, or DoorDash, or Postmates, or Uber Eats. All those. I'll just get all the services, and then I'm gonna buy hard liquor. Look up hard liquor. So I signed up for all these newsletters for all these liquors. I got Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Captain Morgan, all those. And Smirnoff. Can't forget Smirnoff. So now I get emails every week, and I know too many things about liquor now. Like, did you know that it's February now, that the flavor of the month for Smirnoff, it's a cherry. If you want the flavor of the month, want to know that. Yeah, but personalized ads, if people see it, they assume things about you, and you might be thinking, with these targeted ads, the worst thing would be like penis enhancements or something like that, or condoms or something. No, you know what it is? It would be rehab, probably from all the alcohol things I did. So my strategy, it worked too well, because I was at work the other day. I was at my cubicle. And Janet came over to my cubicle, saw all these rehab ads for Nova Rehab facility, and she was she looked at me funny, and so I guess she assumed I had a drinking problem. And so one time we had a meeting at work, and when I wasn't looking, I saw her sneaking up to my coffee mug and sniffing it for alcohol or something. So yeah, so I guess I have problems. Now to bring things down even further, my grandma recently died, and she was my best friend, so I was really sad, and I had to fly home, for the funeral, and my mom picks me up. Now my mom, she's not exactly the most comforting, mom, because usually you expect moms to know what to say in bad situations. She doesn't. So she picks me up, and the first thing she says is hey, I know this is going to be hard, and especially for you, because you're alone. People have significant others to deal with it, and not you. So so when I was at the funeral, I saw a guy who looked cute, and I chatted him up on coffee, and I found out I was chatting with the priest. So it's not gonna happen. My aunt and uncle were there. They actually had to fly in from Hawaii. Now, my aunt and uncle, we don't really see eye to eye on things, especially politics and religion. But I have good news. They actually put me back in their will. I get to have their house in case they die from the rapture. And it's in Hawaii. Did I mention that? It's in Hawaii. So, you know, there's a rapture out at my place. So I'm glad that I'm their favorite sinner, because like in high school, my superlative was everybody's favorite sinner, you know. But for that one in high school, I got down I got down on my knees a lot more often, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Yeah. All right, that's my time. Thank you, everybody.
Woo! Woo! Alex doing Casey. I like the shopping for dresses. That was fun hearing Alex say that. I'm getting ready to do you, Nick.
I don't know what to expect. I'm terrified. I'm excited. You're in my room. You're wearing my hoodie. It looks better on you than it does on me. I just can't wait. Up next, Brooke Parcell doing the comic styles with me, Nick Lindemann.
Yeah, you get to stay here and watch.
Aren't we all in for a treat? I do like to see you watch. Brooke, whenever you're ready.
I'm Nick. I'm gonna say I'm Brooke though, like, cause some of these jokes I think are funny still, even if I put my name in there. From Chicago. Me and my friends, me and my buddies, we were chatting it up the other day, and you know the topic of eating the puss came up. You know, like the licking the lady parts. You know, licking the big clits. You know, like taking the tongue and doing laps. You know, we started talking about stuff like that. One of my friends, they're going on and on about cursive. You know, cursive is the way to go. Like, you know, like draw their name. And there's a lot of Q's in my friend Qualisha's name. So like lots of, I don't know. And then my other friend, she's like, it's kind of like hiking, except like you rub everything on the trail. I was like, that's interesting. That's interesting. I get it. But I'm more like, I didn't even realize it. I didn't even realize that I was doing this. I had to like actually kind of pay attention and think about it. And I would catch myself. I kept doing the contra cheat code. Left, right, up, down. Little A, little B, little select start, you know? Woo! Some people are like, what's the select start? Oh yeah, when you know, like, whoa, you'll know. You will know. So that was fun. And I was telling them, you know, it's kind of cool, you know, being the age that I am, because I can date like kind of a big range of females, we'll say. You take your age and you divide it in half, and then you add 7. You know, it's a good rule. It works unless you're like 22. But like later on in your 20s, it works pretty well. After that, it's good. It's good. One of my friends was like, okay, really? So you would date someone that's like 68? And I was like, you know what? I date someone if they were 69.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm like, you know who's almost 69? Yeah. Isabella Rossellini. She is 68. So this is my plan. This is what I would do. I would take her out. First I would ask her out. I don't know if she would say yes right away. You know, I'd ask her out and probably wine her, you know, maybe even dine her. No, I'd be a gentle lady. Be a gentle lady. I'd take my time. I'd ask her questions, ask her about her hopes, ask her about her dreams, her favorite books. You know, I'd listen. And then the next day I'd send up a text, something kind, something gentle, just a follow up, nothing too aggressive. I take my time, you know, and then when the moment was right, you know, 69 degrees maybe. Yeah. I would fuck her. I would fuck her good. I would fuck the shit out of her. I would tear her up. I'd be aggressive. I'd be aggressive. Like I would lick. I would tear. I would like I would like do upside downs and her inside outs and she'd go to the gynecologist and they'd be like, what? like, what went off in here? Like, something had to have gone off in there. And she'd be like, Brooke. Brooke did that. Brooke did that. And she was a perfect gentle lady. You know, she was a gentle lady. Oh, everyone laughs. They're like, that's not Brooke. I know. That was fun, Nick.
Woo.
Woo, 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 woo. I know, right?
That was fantastic. That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Your jokes are really funny. That helps. And then I just added a little texture. Kind of might go cursive on her.
Cursive on her. Sometimes you got to. That was amazing. Thank you so much. That was. I'm flattered.
Hey, you're welcome.
I'm flattered. I don't even know. That was great. Moving right along, because that's all I can think to do. Up now, we've got Ed.
You can think of something else, but we'll work on that.
We'll work on it. I'll come back. Right now, we've got Eduardo Soto coming in.
Oh, more of the threesome.
The second leg of our threesome. Eduardo Soto doing the jokes of Alex Portillo. Let's see what he's got. Eduardo, take it away.
All right. So I'm Alex Portillo, and I'm from Camarillo, California. You know, I can't leave that place because it rhymes with my last name. There's nothing around except for concrete and fog. I'm still not gonna leave because it rhymes with my last name. I have it too. Actually, I'm originally from Omaha, Nebraska. Brooke.
Woo! Yeah.
That's right. And then, in Omaha, Nebraska, job prospects weren't, I moved to Camarillo for a job. But, in Omaha, might not be too much going on over there. But I did go, when I went to Omaha, I actually got a PhD in biophysics. And so before people say, oh my God, you got a doctorate in biophysics, it is nothing fancy, all right? It's just a PhD, all right? Just you don't have to elevate it that high. But the thing also too is that when I was over there, I worked. So what I did was, the job prospects was to teach community college at night, in Omaha, Nebraska. And so I would go and I would teach Friday night classes at the community college. I also taught, classes at an all-girls school, high school, But when I would teach in the community college, I would teach them, and all of a sudden I would just stare off into the window like this, and then my students be like, oh, Dr. Portillo, am I doing something wrong? And be like, no, you're doing everything right. Just do what you're doing, okay? And we just turn around and be like, don't stare off. Don't stare off the window. Because they're gonna wonder if you're crazy or you're gonna do something out of control. Maybe do something in the lab. I don't know. And so I would do a job like that. But also I wanted to make some more money, so I did the Uber. People going in your car for no reason. Sometimes you're trying to figure out where they're going. They won't tell you what it is. Uber. So I would sit down. I'm driving, and then they always ask you this question. This is the first question. Like, is this your full-time job? I'm like, yes, I like driving people around for no goddamn reason because I have nothing else to do. I need to make money. That's what people who have doctrines. We work for Uber. Of course, I enjoy doing this. And so I'm just driving around, right? And then I'm like, okay. And then the other thing they would ask me too is, hey, if this is not your full-time job, what do you do? Well, I teach chemistry. And then the first thing they ask me, oh, like Walter White, like from Breaking Bad? No, meth? Like, now if you mean the jazz guitarist Pat Metheny, then yes. Does anybody know who Pat Metheny is? Wow, 2 people. I was shocked. I'm like, I was gonna get like 1, but 2. Oh my goodness! If you don't know who Pat Metheny is, he is the guy that does music for the Weather Channel. Okay, I did not know the Weather Channel had a soundtrack for a moment. But if you want to know who he is, just Google him. Google Pat Metheny. And when he plays like this, like, oh. I don't know if he's having or he's having a stroke. I need to call 911. Like, guy over there, he might need some medical help. And a good love after it's done, okay? I'm not sure what's going on, you know? And sometimes I'll bop to him. I'll bop to Pat Metheny. Like, he's like the greatest guitarist, jazz guitarist on earth. Like, he'd be playing one time. I was into it so much. Like, I was playing air guitar. I'm like, oh my God, yes, it's so good. I was reaching climax. Like, oh my God, I can't remember. I remember this one time it was cloudy and it was 69. Oh. That's a long time. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, very convincing. I almost thought you were from Camarillo. And I was like, did I see you at the back line? Well, thank you, Nick. Thank you for filling in for me when I went away for a little bit. Came back in your room.
My pleasure.
Cool. Who do we have next?
Up next, we have Trish Sullivan closing the loop and doing the comedy of Desiree.
Oh,
Trish,
how fun.
Take it away.
Trish.
That's me. Hey, so I'm Canadian. And there's no joke there. It's more of a humble brag at this point. But I'm rooting for you, America. So during Zoom, I've been learning so much about the United States. I recently learned that New Jersey is a state. For most of my life, I thought it was a suburb of New York City. Turns out I was getting it confused with Staten Island, which is actually part of New York City. It's one of the 5 boroughs. But I didn't know that because I'm Canadian. But since I didn't know anything about Staten Island, I did some research and I found a tourism website that had 13 important facts about Staten Island. And my favorite is they have the biggest garbage dump in the United States. Now, in Canada, we hide our garbage. We don't put it there out on our websites. The Toronto tourism website, I live in Toronto, by the way. Our website, it talks about Lake Ontario or the Sky Dome and the CN Tower. We leave out the negative stuff like we have a homeless problem and we have no affordable housing, which is probably tied to that homeless problem, maybe the cause. And then we're not wheelchair accessible, which sucks. And we're mean for a Canadian city. Not for a US city, for a US city. We're still pretty nice, but other Canadian cities hate us because we're so mean. Can you tell that by my demeanor? I've also been learning about the food in America, and it's already weird. I found out about something called Uncrustables, which are basically frozen peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We do not have this abomination in Canada. We have other abominations, but I'm not going to talk about them because I'm like the Toronto tourism website. I don't talk about the bad stuff. So, but I think that Uncrustables are like the trashy cousin of the Pop-Tart or the redheaded stepchild of the Pizza Pocket. But America, wouldn't it just be easier to make a fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I mean, why? With an Uncrustable, you have to thaw it and cook it and then eat it. So, another comedian recently told me that no, you just eat them frozen, which just leaves me with more questions than I have answers. Why are we paying to recreate the worst day of grade school? When the ice pack falls on your sandwich and it gets all squishy and wet and gross. I mean, what is wrong with you? And then another comedian was like, no, you just let it thaw naturally, which leads me to more questions. Is it a friend or is it food? I mean, take it out of the freezer and cuddle it and stroke it and hold it closely and sing Tiny Dancer until it's the right temperature. Saying is Smuckers needs to be stopped. Now, as a person who's only known that New Jersey was a state for about the last 6 weeks, I know I'm not entitled to an opinion about what's wrong with America, where it all went wrong. But I think it was the Uncrustables where it began. So I want to talk about something else. I know 6 weeks ago, but was Christmas was like 6 weeks ago. And I know that seems like a really long time ago, but it's not. It's only 6 weeks. So I went to see my parents over the holidays. And it was pretty good, even though we don't get along super well all the time. But there was this one day that so my dad just unprovoked says, "What's the deal with these defund the police people?" And like Batman, my mother appears in the doorway. Soundlessly, she just appears and she goes, "Alan, do not start with her, you will not win." Then we sit down to dinner and out of nowhere, my mom goes, "What's pansexualism?" This is why you should not let your parents watch Schitt's Creek, okay? So then my sister and I explained pansexualism to my mom. And then my dad, Alan, said, "There are too many genders these days. Where did they all come from?" And my mom says, "Alan, shut up. I want to have a nice dinner." So I guess what I'm saying is that my parents, much like Smuckers, need to be stopped. I'm Trish Sullivan, pretending to be Desiree Walsh. Happy Valentine's.
Woo! Queen Desiree and Queen Trish. Oh, that was fun. I could watch that all day. Oh, wow. We have 3 left. This is going to go fast. Alicia, Casey, and Nick. That's going to go really fast. All right. I guess we're ready. Let's watch Alicia doing Kenneth.
All right. Yay. Me. All right. Let's see if I can do this justice here. I want to do it my way, but I want to do it Ken's way too. So
Do it however.
Try to do it his way.
When I was young, my parents put me in extracurricular activities, sports, swimming lessons, and Christianity. Okay. Now I'm gonna do it my way. It was weird growing up because my parents wanted me to do a bunch of extracurricular activities. So they put me in sports like basketball. And when I say I played basketball, I mean I rode the bench. And when I say I played basketball, I mean I quit when I was a sophomore. Yeah, and then they put me in swimming lessons, and that was just a nightmare because I had ear infections all the time. And so I had to have this embarrassing thing where I had to have earplugs that would have no water go into my ears. And so it was a cotton ball, Vaseline, and a swim cap every time I went swimming. It was like this nightmare, traumatic experience. You know, every time I see Vaseline, I flinch, you know, like that's how traumatic it was. But, in the end, it was like extracurricular activities or just an excuse not to raise me. They wanted me to be a little bit more well-rounded, and so they put me in this book club called Christianity. And the book club was weird because we only studied one book. And some people didn't even read the book. They would just come in with having read Cliff's Notes, like Adam and Eve and then Jesus. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. And then I would have to go to a more boring book club called church. And it was the same thing. And it's just like, it wasn't even that hospitable. It was just, all they had was like dried crackers and what I assumed was boxed wine. We gotta do something else. And the guy who did the, report, he called it a sermon, but he had obviously read the book, and I'm just like, teacher's pet, yeah. But the book just had so many, pages and so many interpretations that there were all these little book clubs like Methodist and Protestant and, my personal favorite, Catholicism. And they had like 1.6 billion people. And that's just because they had a more aggressive campaign. They're like, we read this book better than everybody else. And like, I get it. It's just a book club. In the end, I got tired of all the same book clubs. So I decided to go read something else. So I started reading Spider-Man comics, which is about a father who sends his son down to Earth to eventually, oh, wait a minute. It's the same story. Wow. That's fun. I'm Alicia Rain. Done.
Woo! Yeah, look at that. Oh, wow. Making people do awkward things since 1969.
You know what we've got up now, Brooke?
It's fun to know each other, though, and to get to know each other's jokes a little bit better. And then I think even for us, like, listening to them, we hear them differently than we heard them before. That was fun. We have 2 more left, right?
2 more. We've got the last leg of our threesome.
Cool. Because one of them was feeling left out, so we need to make sure that everyone's needs get attended to. Threesome 101. Don't leave anyone out. All right, so we've got Casey, we've got Alex, and we've got Eduardo, and now it is Casey doing Eduardo. Hot.
Yeah, which is great. The best thing about this is I don't need a virtual background to do Eduardo. I can just turn my light off. You don't even know where I am. It's great. So one thing about him, you look at his sets and he is always dressed so sharply. So I made the choice to wear fancy pants, which is a really good idea. But let me show you. I'm wearing glitter pants. Ross for less, and I had to give him that honor, and I don't know why I didn't put on a nice top that you could actually fucking see. In the middle of my living room, dressed all fancy, no one knows, and it's the middle of the day. It's kind of weird getting dressed up in the middle of the day, isn't it? It's kind of like, the only time you do that is when you're getting ready for a wedding. It's 1 o'clock and you have to get ready for a wedding. The wedding's not till 7, but for some reason you need to drink champagne in your bathroom, getting ready for the wedding at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And here's a secret, you're still going to be fucking late. It doesn't even matter. Like we need fairy godmothers for these fancy occasions, right? Like they need to come on down and they need to say bippity boppity, you know the magic words. Finish it with me. Bippity boppity.
Boom!
Bar. Yeah, open bar. That is off to the wedding as soon as fucking possible. You are going past that magic pumpkin carriage. You are running with your shoes off the sprinkler. You're gonna be fucking drunk and barefoot on the dance floor anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's what you're there for. So you know, Tuesday's Mardi Gras, Wednesday, I think Lent starts. And for the sake of this joke, you all know I'm Catholic, right? Yeah. Super Catholic, didn't have to Google any of this shit to figure out what we're talking about. But you know, at church, they do the Stations of the Cross, and that's, you know, the 14 stations of what happened to Jesus. You know, it's kind of like speed dating with if, you know, each date was Jesus at a different stage of his a lot better than some of the dates I've been on, I tell you. This sounds really good. You know, and sometimes, you know, maybe similar to some of my dates, someone breaks out a whip just randomly and you're like, whoa, what's going on here? But my mother, she loves the Stations of the Cross. She is very devout. She loves a good Jesus speed date. She's always been going. But you know, lately she's getting older, and that's a lot of walking and bending down and praying and kneeling and getting back up. That's hard on the knee. So I was real worried about it. I was thinking this year's gonna be real long, you know, like we are gonna take this real slow. But no, she's over here cheating. Apparently she's got old knees. She's not even kneeling down anymore. I'm still on number 3 and she's over at 13. You don't pass the test if you skip all the chapters in the middle of the book. What is this shit? This is ridiculous. You know, I'm here praying. I'm just glad she waited for me because, you know, she could have been out there calling an Uber. I'm so glad she waited. But that is my mom for you, you know. And you gotta love parents. Anyone here parents? Yeah,
I have some.
Yeah. No, and I don't mean dog parents. I don't mean plant parents. You know, I mean kids. Have you heard of them? They're short in stature. They got sticky fingers. So the reason you have no fucking money, kids. Have you heard of them? That's what we're talking about here. So I'm a teacher, and you know, as a teacher, everyone thinks we love children. No, we don't. We're fucking standing. You know, they come up to me and they're like, Miss Hackett, I need a hug. Oh, get away from me, you little zombies. You know, they walk like this. They smell like they're dead. What is with these kids? I got to put Vicks vapor rub under my nose just to like stay away from the smell of them. But COVID's been doing the best thing. You know, people are saying we're essential workers. It's like we have superpowers, and we do. I have a force field, finally. All that plexiglass around my desk, I can keep them away. And that is the best superpower I could ever have. Thank you. I've been Casey Soto Portillo Hackett. I'm whoever I am.
I love if you look at her Zoom name, she's like, and anyone else? Anyone else? Why not? Share the love. Share the love. We are going to do a lightning round at the end. So if y'all want to do like one more minute as yourself, it kind of feels nice after all that, just to kind of be you for, it's like a cleanse almost, you know, pop out some of your favorite jokes. But, hey, I think, are you going to do me now?
I think that's where we're at. That's the last
Hell
thing on the
yeah.
list.
Well, finally, I get to get done and everyone gets to watch. Are you ready?
Ready.
Everyone, please put your hands together for Nick Lindemann as Brooke Barcel.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brick Larson. I'm here to tell you some jokes. I'm from beautiful Omaha, Nebraska, and I don't really like masks very much. Now, I still wear them. I'm not a barbarian, but I don't like them, and I'll tell you why. You know, it's just that I'm really pretty. You can't tell. and fewer people buy me things. And I just think that's kind of a bummer. So still gonna wear them, but just not a fan. So I found out recently that I'm allergic to alcohol. I can't drink any more booze. I had to swear off of it. Turns out whenever I drink booze, I break out in really, really bad hives and STDs. Not nearly as bad as the hives, but still nothing you'd want. Not great. And property damage. Fair amount of property damage. Usually the not getting your security deposit back sort. But hey, when you've been drinking, who knows? Who knows what could happen? So I'm party to a lawsuit. I'm actually the plaintiff in a lawsuit for a change, so that's fun. I'm suing 5 guys. I went in there, and there was only 2 guys. That's not what they promised me, and that's just blatant false advertising. I feel pretty good about it. I'm confident. My lawyer thinks that at the very least we should be able to get a hung jury. And either way, it was just fun to file a brief. So we'll see how it goes. So I don't have health insurance, but I do have a nice selection of essential oils. So it's been working out pretty good so far. So fingers crossed. I don't have health insurance because I get fired a lot. To be even more honest, it's rarely a good look for that branch manager. Like, I am not the sort of guy you want to have to explain to the home office. No, not a good look. Hey, you told me I could cry in the walk-in. You never said I had to shut the door. I'm sure table managers hear me. That one's on you. We are complex. We are complex human beings. You know, I don't really like to talk about my junk very much on stage because you know, whenever I do, I like to drag it out. I try to avoid it. And also, I just stopped playing my Nintendo 69. You know, I got a Nintendo 69 for Christmas. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, but I had to stop. You know, it was just getting to be a little bit too much. You know, it's all fun and games when you're playing Super Smash Brothers and Donkey Dong. But when you start missing work because you're doing side quests on Human Centipede, you know, it's decision time. You got to take stock of your life and ask what you're doing and make good decisions. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing what we are capable of. So I do believe in the Clitty Fairy. I believe it. I know it's true. I've seen it. It works. But for guys, it works a little different. For guys, the Clitty Fairy, you put the money under the pillow first, and then the Clitty Fairy leaves residue. So minor change. Still fun time for everyone. Hey, because, you know, better picky than sticky, like I always say. Have you ever found yourself deep in thought and she was just like, I'm happy. So I've come to that point of the bit. You all waiting for it. You all know it's coming. I'm here to talk a little bit about the 69. Because for me, 69 is about equality and teamwork and togetherness. Because to tell the ladies, hey, ladies, you're going to get your 6. A lot of fellas out here that ain't very forthcoming with the 6s. They just want to get all the 9s and be done with it. And fellas, this gives you a little bit of control too, because it lets you put a little effort into how good you want your 9 to be. You know, you want a better 9, put a little more effort into 6. Because ladies, little ladies out there, a little bashful with the 9s. You get some ladies that are just like, is that enough? Was that good? Like, you know that's not good. Put a little work into it. You wouldn't like that if that was the 6. Focus on the 9. So if everyone focuses on giving their partner the best 6 or 9 that they can possibly get, well, it'll just all work out great. We'll all have a good time. We'll all take care of each other. It'll be fantastic because, you know, anything can be a 69 if your head's in the right place. Nick Lindemann, this has been fantastic. Thank you guys so much.
Yes! Woo! Oh, my. Oh. Oh, that felt so good. Wow, it's so satisfying. Woo! We should do this more often. Wow. Oh my gosh, give yourselves a round of applause. That was really, really fun. I'm looking around the Zoom, I'm like, you were funny. You were really funny. And then you were funny. And you're funny on your own, but then that was just really cool. We're going to do a quick lightning round. So 1 minute randomly spotlight. You do your thing. It'll be really fun. Are you ready? And then we'll be done. Okay, let's see. I think there's 2 spotlit right now, right? So do we have to remove one or something? We'll see what happens. There we go. 1 minute.
Oh, this is my impression of a saint, a hero from a little known country called France. This is my impression of Joan of Arc. Bonjour. Huh? You nailed it. So good. I dare you to tell the difference. This is my impression of the late, the great Cleopatra. Okay, Cleopatra. That was so good, I gave myself chills.
Oh, it's me. So when I was a kid, my favorite place to play hide and seek was at the appliance section of like the department store. And one time I locked myself inside a washing machine. And good thing my brother found me. Because what if the washing machine got shipped to the house of some random couple who didn't want their washer and dryer set to come with a free dead child? that would make a great commercial, though. Our washers clean so well that you didn't know that a stupid 9-year-old died in it. Thank
you. Confidence hasn't been the same ever since someone yanked the guitar out of my hands mid-strum and started tuning it for me. But I appreciated it. You know your city's being gentrified if you can find the public piano, but not the public bathroom. It takes a lot of confidence to use either one. Even more to use both at the same time. But you gotta own the yuppies. Got bile in my latte. I've been doing Duolingo for several months, and now when I see Ernesto, I can say with confidence, Bonjour, désolé, je ne parle pas espagnol. Estilo.
So I smoked too much weed. And I was trying to smoke less. So what I did is after every bowl, I said, okay, you got to do 10 push-ups and 10 sit-ups after each bowl. And I was hoping it would help me smoke weed less. But I ended up just getting swole. Like, what the fuck? So confused.
Shut up.
Anyway, these are all old. I only have a third of a minute left. I already just said that one. I'm joking. Never mind. Get away from me. Get away from me.
Oh, great. Can I just say, I've got to give it up to Michael for attempting to do one of my alter egos. Like, but saying that, I know Michael isn't even here. If you're going to do the devil alter ego, at least get it fucking... I'm the devil incarnate. You call that the devil incarnate? I call that Donald Trump devil incarnate. Try me next year, bitch. What the fuck happened there? Fucking hell. And apart from me acting like I've got no mental stability anywhere, I'm going to go have a heart attack. Well done, Michael. Good on you.
All right. Well, it's been addressed that I like to online shop. These glitter pants may be from an Instagram ad, and they definitely came from China, and there's a weird rash, but I'll tell you, the only reason that I shop so much online is because I have a great secret. I get everything at a discount. Whenever you are shopping, you go and you see that little promo code. Here's what you do. You type in murder, cereal, blood, just pretend you're playing a Dateline word search. You are bound to hit some chick's podcast and you are going to get 30% off. And then you too can get rash-inducing glitter pants. Secret. Okay, I would like to tell you that I'm going to run for office, but I'm going to wait till like 2067 or something like that. So it's like a couple of years term. Like during 2069, I'll be like an elected official. My first matter of business is Proposition 69. You're like, what is that? Well, it has a lot to do with the equality, treating everybody right, making sure someone else's needs might be getting taken care of before your own. That was kind of new, so I don't really have much more for that. But I feel like it's something that we could all like band together. We could really like come, like all at the same time. Is that good? Is that enough? Right there.
Hi. So I'm Canadian because it's me, Des. And I find your country fascinating because you have the most tasty snacks I've ever seen. You are the inventors of Fruit Loops donuts, and I think that's commendable. But I find it odd that you have no universal health care, because the story should be, have another Baconator, we'll take care of you, not watch out for little Debbie, she'll kill you. Recently, I learned that it's $3,400 American, so that's a lot of money, to get an ambulance to come to your house. And in Ontario, which is the province I live in, that's Canadian for state, in about 1990, they started charging $45 for an ambulance ride, and people were livid, just livid. I don't have time to finish it, so we'll end it there, that people were livid.
I tried to be creative yesterday for Valentine's Day. I just tried to make some dessert. I ended up making this. Jiffy corn muffin mix. Nothing chocolate about it. Let's just say that I ended up eating this whole by myself. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to learn. I'm learning about different types of chocolate, and so I got this. I did not know cacao meant no flavor, no sweetness. I took a bite out of it. I thought for a second I was eating drywall. I'm like, oh my God. I tried to melt this and add some sugar to it, and it made it worse. This is like asphalt. I have a lot of growing to do with cooking and picking out the right chocolate. Thank you.
So I'm very happy with how that set went. One thing I didn't quite squeeze in was the handstand. I really want to do a handstand for you guys. I practiced it and everything. So what I'm trying to say is if anyone knows a good drywall guy, so want to slide that in my DM, that would be great. So last weekend, smoked a little CBD flower. Tried some CBD flower for the first time. Now I tried other CBD products, some of the oils and the lotions and the potions and whatnot. Those help pretty good. But the flower, just something off for the flower. It's just not quite right. Smoking CBD flower is a little bit like watching porn and stroking your chin. Now, it's not unpleasant. It's not a bad time, but it's just not getting the job done. I'm Nick Lindemann. That's my time. Thank you.
Oh, it's me. First of all, no, I don't have a good meatloaf recipe for you. No, I am not your favorite lunch lady from your middle school cafeteria. No. But I do have 47 cats and in my yard. And if you piss me off, I will kill you and feed you to them. Okay. That last one's not true. I live in an apartment building and I don't have a yard. So the cats are in my side bedroom. I will still. So one of the things I've noticed in COVID is people are like, I don't remember when I took a shower. I don't remember. Did I shower? When did I? If you don't remember when you took a shower, it's time to take a fucking shower. You smell bad. Your neighbors are going to complain and you're going to get a rash.
Okay. So let's talk about my community college teaching days. I had a stalker once. Isn't that great? Yeah, I had a student stalk me. This was 4 years ago. I had a student, did pretty well in my class. I was traveling, doing a lot of traveling. I was on vacation with my brother, and I get this email saying, "Oh, thanks for being such a really good teacher." And for whatever reason, I don't know, getting on planes, trains, where there wasn't any Wi-Fi, I didn't respond right away. And then I kind of forgot about it, when I got back. And then she's like, did I offend you? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then I didn't, then I was like, okay, this is weird. And then about a month later, she's like, oh, did you get a haircut? Oh, I see you're driving a different car. It just got weird. I kind of liked it, because it's like, well, at least, students like me, I guess. It got weird. Get this camera out of my face.
Okay. Thank you, Nick. This has been a lot of fun.
This has been great.
I like spending Valentine's Day with all these awesome people. So let's put our hands together for AJ and Cody, Ira and Ian, Desiree and Trish, hot threesome, Casey and Alex and Eduardo, Kenneth and Alicia, Michael and Kim and the Devil, and those fun hosts, Brooke and Nick. Yay!
Great job.
We had the tutors, we had Natalie, we had the backline. A lot of fun. Thank you, everyone. Maybe we'll do it again next year. Otherwise, come see us on Tuesday. I'm headlining a show with Alicia Rain next Sunday, the 21st. You should definitely check that out, 9 p.m. Central. Check out the Shark Tank mic. There's a Is It Hot in Here showcase with Queen Trish on the 19th, I was going to say 19th of February. Desiree hosts a show with Kelly. With Kelly called Kelly and Desiree host a book mic. And Casey, you can check her out at the Distantly Social. And A World with More 69 is a world that we should all want to live in.